Good morning and welcome back to the Backpack Trader Trading Room Crude Oil Inventory Report session for Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trading your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, this is our last session today, so we'll do away with that. There is our current situation. Crude oil inventory report will be coming out in less than a minute, about 35 seconds. Spotlight has gone too far on this trade, so we'll look for a new one, obviously. Unleaded is flat, as is the counterpunch 377 tick chart. That gives you a bar every 377 trades, not contracts, but trades. There is a short on unleaded. We're going to look for a new setup because I really don't want to see setups prior to the report, especially if there's any significant movement in the report. All right, unleaded gas going to money management. Definitely not. That one's off the table. Looking for a new one. Short setup. Okay, that was chop zone, taking that trade out. It's back and triggered in, so we'll look for a new setup there as well, unless there's just minimal movement. Oh, yeah, that's going to be down there. So we have money management and target at target 2. All right. Oh, wow. Got busy here and didn't. So Okay. That closed at 1 minute before the... Basically, no reaction. The report came out 2 seconds before the close of this bar, so I am going to mark open of that bar, even though it was a little bit early, and we did get up to that point, so that's a good point. Reaction range. Low of this bar so far for the bottom reaction range. 72 to 84. 12 ticks. That's not much reaction. $377 tick chart just going sideways. Actually, 1030 was right in here. Yeah, this trade is actually valid, so we should be in that trade. All right, well, yeah. Since it was so little reaction, then I would say we're in that trade. Unleaded and Spotlight Crude both looking for new setups. All right, Crude stops out of its early trade. 377 tick counterpunch Crude is making some progress. Gotten down to target 1. That's not going to be anything in this case, just too small. 61.64 is money management and target on the 377 tick chart in the lower left. There's a short on Crude, and that triggers in. Hanging right at the entry. And that's a short on Spotlight Crude. The unleaded short continuing to trail down. That one was too early. We did get target on the 377, and that just stopped out on the trailer. 61.66, so 8 ticks on the trailer, 10 on the target, 18 ticks. One and done session there. Still looking for a new trade on unleaded. Spotlight Crude taking some heat, bouncing off the 50 EMA, bouncing off the 50 and the 20, 50 EMA, 20 SMA. Please do say hello in the chat. Questions are welcome. I may things are active. I may not see them immediately, but I will try to keep an eye out. All right, unleaded stops out. So we're looking for a new trade there. Just below target 2. Would have been a good trade. It was a little early and went too far. Hitting money management right after the report. Potential stop and reverse at the full stop out at 86. So we'll put the stop down here and the entry there. Actually, there. I'm falling down on the job this morning. There are our actual trades. See what triggers in. Unleaded gas. Long trade filtered by the squeeze zone. Looks like we're going to trigger into the short that I didn't put up to start with. Yep. That's one. Stop and reverse is still good, so I'm going to put this, this belongs down here anyway. Targets 1 and 2. One more close down is going to cancel the stop and reverse anyway. All right, we did get the close down that cancels the stop and reverse. So I'm going to delete the I'll go ahead and put this back at the unadjusted entry just to keep it out of the way, because I'll move this stop back up here. Unleaded, picking up a short trade. Now we'll miss that as we were working through that one. Crude failing to get clear of the 200 EMA. That's the dark magenta line there. I will be pretty consistent on my charts. The dark magenta is the 200 EMA, the goldenrod is the 50 EMA, and the blue line, dark blue line, is the 20 SMA. The only difference being on the trend indicator on counterpunch, that's blue and red, is actually the 20 SMA also. Crude and unleaded both short. Both spotlight charts are short. Counterpunch chart is done. Trying again to push down through the 200 EMA. So you can get a close below. Unleaded coming down toward the session open. Status quo. Still working 200 EMA on crude, spotlight crude. We're just kind of stuck at the 200 EMA. Unleaded closing bar down. Now right at the session open, gold dotted line, goldenrod dotted line. Same. Not much to do. Questions or comments? There is a close below the 200 EMA. That may be what we need to get down here, get down to targets. Unleaded in. A little push. There we go. 50-cent level. There's money management. So stop will come to break even at 62. And I will attach that to my trailing indicator. Just missing target. In fact, it hit target one, didn't fill. One tick away. There it is. Not going to fight about it. I'm going to take that off and delete that. And lost 3 ticks, looks like 49, 46. Yeah. And it finally went through target 1. So that's a case of not going to fight over that last tick and take the chance of it going all the way back up 14 ticks or so to the break even stop. Unleaded, also picking up target 1. Okay, looks like stop. So we got a key level here. Yeah, the entry was at 49, so 48 would be a major key level. But since we've hit a target 1 traders, I wouldn't put that at 48. Target 2, I would leave it at 51. But the target 1 unleaded traders, this will be a power putting trade no matter what. And this will be the power putting trade for crude as well. Picking up target 1. In my case, I got 14 ticks. 17 would have been full target. Target 2 is 26. Testing the 200 EMA again. Target 2. Two different trade plans on unleaded. One of those is trading to target 1, the other to target 2 as the fixed target position. Second position trailing. So target 1 will, as I say, target 1 traders will be one and done. Target 2 is at least going to get a couple of ticks. Just came down to 47, 46. So target 2 traders at least going to get 6 ticks at this point. 3 ticks times 2 positions. If I didn't have a target in hand, I would move the stop up above the 50 EMA, put it up at like 63. But I'm not going to put one position in as a loser with a position already positive result already in hand. And we did stop out at 62. Actually, I'd probably put that at 64. Yeah, put it in 64, but then that would have stopped out. So we pick up 17 and 1, 3. 17 and 1, 62, 63. Target 1 traders, unleaded. You stopped out at 46, 39 and 3, 42 tick net. Target 2 traders pick up 6 ticks, and that is a crossover filter keeping us out of the long. That is our only chart of the 3 remaining now. That was our stop point on crude. picking up 15 or 18 ticks, depending on how you played that. If you waited for it to get full target, you got 18. If not, you got 15. Did like I did, you got roughly 15 or 16. All right, we're half an hour in. Need another trade on unleaded. Both crude charts getting it done, but not much of a reaction. And right back into the reaction range again. So I'm not expecting unleaded to do much for a while. So I'm going to call it a morning. Positive session on both crude charts and actually on all three charts at this point. Target 2 on unleaded, still looking for its second trade. Other than that, everything else is done. 3 of the 4 trade plans that we look at here are done. So I'm going to call it a morning. We will come back at it tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see everybody back tomorrow. Everybody have a good one.